Gणेशाय Namaha. Om Gananpa Ganapati Gum Havamahe. Priyananpa Priyapati Gum Havamahe. Nidinanpa Nidipati Gum Havamahe. Vaso Mama Aham Jani. Prabhudamatmachasti Bhardadam. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Just a little chanting before we get going. There's still plenty of time here. Excuse me. Samukascha Kadantascha Kapilodharanakaha Nambodharashivekato Vignanasha Vinayakaha Jumiketu Gnajaksho Bhalachandra Gajananaha Vadakshatani Namani Japate Chinyadipi Vijarambe Vivahecha Pravishe Nirgametata Sangame Sakate Chaiva Vignastasha Nijayate Vignabalikutaraya Shri Ganari Pataya Namaha Vakratunda Mahakarya Surkoti Samaprava Havinam Kurumedeva Sarvakayeshu Sarvanam Shuklam Varadam Vishnam Shashivanam Chaturvajam Prasannavanam Daye Sarva Vigna Prashante Avastesham Jayastesham Kutastesham Parajayaha Yesham Niniparashamo Hridayasya Janardanaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Samukascha Kadantascha Kapiyogajakarnakaha Navadharashcha Vekato Vignanasha Vinayakaha Dhrumakito Ganajaksha Balachandra Gajananaha Dvavikṣatani Namani Japati Chunyadapi Vijarambe Vivahicha Praveshe Nirgame Tata Sangame Sakate Chaiva Vignastasha Najayate Vignabalikutaraya Shri Ganadhi Pataye Namaha Vakratunda Mahakarya Surikoti Samaprava Havinam Kurumedeva Sarvakayeshu Sarvada Shuklam Varadadam Vishnu Shashavanam Chitirabhujam Prasannavananam Daye Sarva Vigna Upashantaye Devastesham Jayastesham Kutastesham Purajayaha Yesham Nivarashamo Hridayasya Janardanaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Ganganapataye Namaha Om Ganganapataye Namaha Om Ganganapataye Namaha Om Nanaratna Savayuktam Muktahar Vibhushitam Svanasam Asanam Charu Vichatam Pratikritam Om Nanaratna Samayuktam Muktahar Vibhushitam Svanasam Asanam Charu Vichatam Pratikritam Om Dashangam Gugulam Tupam Sugandhim Sumanopuram Umasita Namaschikram Vihana Parado Bhava Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Griham Mangalam Om Griham Vritti Om Shanti 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 Om Gananantva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Priyanantva Pripati Gum Havamahe Nidinantva Nidipati Gum Havamahe Vaso Mama Aham Jani Gabadmat Pumajasi Garbadam Om Swastinandro Vidashvaha Swastinaha Pusha Vishvavedaha Swastinastaviksho Parishtinihi Swastino Vyaspati Datu Om Payaprativyam Payo Shidishu Payo Devantam Payo Daha Payaspatihi Pradishaha Santumayam Om Vishnu Ho Ratamasi, Vishnu Ho Kshatrishto Ho, Vishnu Shadasi, Vishnu Devosi, Vaishnavamasi, Vishvetva. Om Agnir Devata, Bhatto Devata, Surya Devata, Chandrama Devata, Vasava Devata, Rudra Devata, Jitya Devata, Marato Devata, Vishve Deva Devata, Vyastatindir Devtindra Devata, Varano Devata. Om Jam Shantirantariksam Shantihi Prithivi Shantirapah Shantir Oshidaya Shantihi Vanaspataya Shanti Vishvedeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Shantire Shantihi Sama Shantirehi Om Vishwani Deva Savita Duritani Parasuva Yabrajantana Asuva Om Shanti 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 Hi Sarva Vishta Shishantir Bhavatu. Om Ekatantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimki Tano Dati Prachodayate Om Ekatantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimki Tano Dati Prachodayate Om Anjaneya Vidme Mahabalaya Dhimahi Tanno Hanuman Prachodayat Om Anjaneya Vidme Mahabalaya Dhimahi Tanno Hanuman Prachodayat Om Anjaneya Vidme Mahabalaya Dhimahi Tanno Hanuman Prachodayat Om Dasharataya Vidme Mahabalaya Dhimahi Tanno Shri Ram Prachodayat Om Dasharataya Vidme Mahabalaya Dhimahi Tanno Shri Ram Prachodayat Om Kapurushaya Vidme Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra 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 Prachodayat Om Swaha Om Kapurushaya Vidme Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Om Swaha Om Kapurushaya Vidme Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Om Gandam Samapayami Shri Shivaya Namaha. Okay. Just a little good morning, everyone. And send any hellos out there. And thanks for joining this morning for our class. And I think I've kind of dialed in kind of how I'm going to produce these. So you get a chance to see both of the altars Good morning, Sarah. And yeah, just again, always a sound check thing out there, as it were. And so the last mantra that I was chanting, Om Tapurushaya Vidme Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tano Rudra Prachodayat. And so that mantra, Rudra to Rudra, it's Shiva Gayatri is what it is, Shiva Gayatri mantra. And it's the auspiciousness, if you will, of the non-dual reality. And there's a lot of bird just flew in here. There's a lot of different ways that we can spin this, thing, but it's really this vital part of our yoga practice as we work through our being into, if you will, non-being. The mind's capacity is like this, perceptive tool whose origin state really is the divine, or origin state really is consciousness. But the apparatus is set to serve the physical world. And so through the lens of the senses, we automatically exist in a dual reality. And it's reinforced, like 99.99999% of the time. And so to kind of refabricate, that sense of our reality, if you will, takes a lot of dedication, a lot of devotion. And then along the way, there's just little steps of illumination, steps of purification, steps of transformation. But how it shows up really interesting in our yoga practice, and we'll kind of work on that in our asana practice today, is that, we're always doing an asymmetrical practice where we're working on one side, and then working on the other side, that asymmetry. And what I would offer is how our being is oriented, right? We have the right brain and left brain. And we know that our right brain controls the left side of our body, and that's the yin side, or the female side, or the Shakti side, if you will. And then our left brain controls the right side of our body, and we know that's the yang side, or the Shiva side, the male side of the body. And so when we're doing these practices, the asanas, we're stretching, our body in a way, but because of the asymmetry, we're utilizing, say, a more feminine or more masculine part. But then what happens is we're kind of merging that into this one non-dual reality. And while you can just kind of see it, but on the screen, I'll just show my hand. That right there is the Shiva Lingam. This thing right here, the Shiva Lingam. And that lingam is the combination of the yoni and the lingam. So I was talking with Babaji one time, and I had read about if you concentrate, your mind becomes one-pointed. And I asked him, I'm like, why? And he said, because it's one thing, so non-dual reality. And with so much kind of stirring up in all kinds of different ways in the world these days, that I feel that any more division that we put out there is just going to, in a way, fragment things a little more. And so when we're considering, like really coming together, it's all through this is vertical integration through all phases of everything. And so and then one last thing, and we'll practice this in our pranayams, is the practice of nadi shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. What we understand about that practice is that the subtle body channel of Ida nadi exits out the left nostril, and that's the female channel, and the subtle body channel of Pingala nadi exits out the right nostril, that's the male channel, so cooling female, heating male. And what the yogic understanding is of that is when these two channels become purified and balanced, the central body channel, Sushumna, opens, and then an energy lift is available. And that energy then is allowed for the Shakti energy to meet the Shiva energy. That's the non-dual reality. And so there's so many stories around this and different ways that I could present this, but I just felt like for today in our practice, let's just be kind of aware of this, divine feminine, divine masculine part of our bodies that we're working with. And then I'll have us come to stillness on occasion. And when we're in that place of stillness and equanimity, as it were, I want us to reflect on unity or non-dual, reality. So it's glorious up here. Retreats, just to get this out. So retreat in 2 weeks, another Seva and Sadhana retreat. Then one after that, I have 4 retreats planned, 2 in August, 2 in September, and some other good stuff. I'll get all those dates out. But if you're having planning 2 weeks from today, and I had my telescope out last night, I saw a falling star, and mid-August, which is, 14th, is where the meteor showers are at their height. And I've been up here, and man, it's just incredible to watch if it's clear and all the other things. But so full moon on Monday, and so it'll be a dark moon in 2 weeks. It'll be perfect. So anyway, all that. Thank you for allowing me to kind of process, some of the riches with you. And we're going to do a teacher training up here too. That's part, you start the segments of it in September. So if you're interested in any of that magic, 4 days up here, 2 weekends back to back, different things. And so just come into comfortable seated position. And then let's first practice, as we may normally do, the belly breath. So as you inhale, let the belly extend outward. And then as you exhale, let the belly drop to the spine. You can close the eyes, and that's comfortable. This could be considered a breath technique that has a yin quality, so a Shakti quality. It's cooling in nature. And then let that subside. And then now breathe into the chest, drawing the belly actually to the spine, filling the upper lungs, the upper chest with breath. And then let that subside, and then join the two. So full yogic breathing, initiate the inhale by belly expanding, and then the chest expanding. Pause at the top for a moment and slowly exhale. Let an intention appear, some form of intention. It's the first day of August 2020. Very powerful numerology. And then we'll chant a couple of ohms together here. And we'll begin to move our bodies. So exhale the breath completely. And then take a nice big inhale here to chant. And again, another big inhale here. Ashtavinshani Shivani Shagmani Sahayogam Bhajantu Me Yogan Prapadye Ksheman Chaksheman Prapadye Yogam Chanamo Ahoratrabhyam Astu. And then inhale again for Om. Om. Translation is, may we become accomplished in the practices of yoga, and may we be happy but in this body, which is made of the 28 planets, and that means the 28 tattvas or principles of the universe, be fully engaged in the practices of yoga, and through that engagement, we ask that we're protected. And by being protected, may we remain engaged in yoga. Om. Okay, friends. Let's just spin off of this. I appreciate your endurance with me always. And we'll come to a tabletop position. And then just begin to just circle the hips, say clockwise, maybe do little barrel rolls with the torso. And, connecting with breath, of course, just being mindful of your inhaling and exhaling, and maybe on the inhale you're sweeping forward and exhaling back. Oh yeah. Switch the direction if you haven't already. Just really create an integrated sense of your experience, really observant. So we allow, if you will, and we work on this all the time, but allow the sensation to really allow for our sense of present moment perception or witness consciousness to kind of emerge there. Yeah. And then coming into neutral position, little twist here, left hand under the face, take the right hand to the sky, give the wrist a twirl, breathe very deeply. Nice big inhale and exhale, feeding this right hand through on the inside, left shoulder and ear to mat, left hand reaches, top edge of the mat, hips drift to the right here. Oh, yeah. And a nice big inhale. And exhale. Left hand underneath your ground and inhale, float. Right hand up, and then we'll send, switch this out. So ground, the right hand inhale, float the left, little spin of the wrist. Breathe very deeply. Big inhale. Exhale, float left hand through. Inside shoulder, ear, right reaches, hips left. Nice big inhale and exhale that right hand back underneath you, ground it. And then take the hand back up. Take the hands now off the mat to the right side, so side by stretch. Familiar sequence of warming up. Big inhale, exhale. And then draw the forward to or towards the earth here. A little stretch in the side body. Yeah. And then gently inhale, float up to neutral. And then exhale, hands off the mat to left side. So now we're doing two poses that have asymmetry to them. So just being observant of how that shows up. Two asymmetrical poses. Breathing deeply. And then gently inhale, float up to neutral. And then we'll have a pose of symmetry, a pose of unity. Leave the hands extended, but child's pose here. So just allow the imagination, if you will, to traverse the concept of a unified principle, unified reality, non-dual principle, where consciousness is merged in nature, and nature is merged in consciousness, spirit in matter, and then gently, come up into neutral position here. Oh yeah, extend now the right leg behind you, tuck the back toes under on the mat, just a little stretch in the bottom of the foot, calf, and Achilles. You find that. And then gently release and switch to extend the left leg. Feeling that. Oh yeah. And then gently release and switch to extend the right leg. I'm going to do my left, but extend the right leg and balance on the left hand and bring the right hand to the sacrum, just so I can face you guys. Feeling that. Heart opens. Yeah. And then take this right hand to the sky and draw it over the head and just reach, kind of arcing the ribs, and breathe very deeply here. Yeah, that's it. And then inhale, float the arm up. Exhale the hand to the sacrum again. Let the heart spin open just a little further. Take the gaze up. And then nice big inhale. And exhale, gently release down here. And then we'll switch this out. So extend the left leg behind you. Ground the foot. Balance on the right hand. I'll turn away from you here. And this left hand to the sacrum now. And then take the left hand to the sky. And a big inhale. And exhale the hand and arm over the head. And then really turn the ribs into a crescent moon shape. Breathe in. Yeah. And then gently inhale, float. Arm up. And exhale, gently release it all the way down, down, down. So switch that out again. So extend that right leg, balance, but a little different iteration, like significantly this time. And so from here, right, float. You're going to have to get your balance here. Float this right leg for you guys. Float the right leg. Feel that. And then bend the right knee and just capture the foot or ankle, and just first kind of draw the heel towards the buttocks to open up the quad in the front of the hip. And then here's where really get into it. Kick the foot into the hand and create an arching back bend here. Just breathe very deeply. Yeah. So this is our Ida side. So this is the female side that we're stretching. Well, actually, I'm stretching my Ida side. You guys are stretching your Pingala side, the male side. Yeah, nice big inhale. And then exhale, gently release down, 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 all the way. And then we'll switch. So extend now the left leg. And then this left hand to the sacrum here. And then float the left leg. Yeah. And then bend the knee, capture the heel towards the buttocks and just squeeze it in. And so now you're stretching the E side. That's the female channel. So the left side, kick the foot into the hand here. Breathe deeply. Just kind of feel your way into that. Stay with the breath. And a nice big inhale. And exhale, gently release the foot. Come all the way into a neutral position. And then we'll just round into a cat position. And then just breathe into the back body. So there's that neutral, symmetrical position again. And then soften into this. We'll meet in down dog. So nicely done, you guys. Adho Mukha Svanasana here. Downward facing dog. Just take a minute and wiggle up into it. Add any movement that might feel good here for your body. Ooh, yeah. So the origin state, if you will, of yoga is called hatha yoga. And we know hatha yoga is defined as the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon. So lift the heels here, come up onto the tippy toes. So lifting the heels, sink the heart. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, and then gently release the heels back down. And then a little bend in the right knee, ground the right hand, stretch left calf and Achilles. So a little bit of that. Yeah. And then straighten and switch. Moving between the two when that feels appropriate. Okay, and then just gently walk the feet to the hands in a forward fold, Uttanasana. I'll join you there. Just take a moment with that. Give the head a little bit of a stir. Yeah, a little bit of a stir. Grabbing opposite elbows if you like, a little lengthen the spine, a little traction that way, as we know. Yeah, and then half lift here, Ardha Uttanasana. Doing that. Ooh. Yeah, nice big inhale, exhale, lengthen out as you pull down, chin tucks, hands release at the bottom. Then again, inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. And then one more of these. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, folding. And then Pluto bend the knees and then just send the left leg back into a lunge here. So left leg back. Hands can be on blocks here to bring the floor a little closer. If you have them handy, it can be a good thing because we're going to just work this just a little bit with the breath. From here, with an inhale, straighten the front leg, draw the floor towards the shin. Oh yeah, and then exhale, bend the front leg knee. And then again, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Yeah, and then one more of these, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And then ground this left hand, then inhale, take the right hand to the sky. So right hand goes up. Stay with the breath here. Yeah, nice big inhale. Then exhale, gently release the hand down. Inhale, you're breathing, and then exhale, step back into high plank, high push-up. So we're here. Yeah, feeling into that. Hips are lifting, so the core is active. Just getting the TVA going, transverse abdominis. Big inhale. Next, exhale, gently release to the knees. Come all the way to the belly. Bhujangasana, we know, is cobra pose. Ground, hands, float torso. Shoulders pivot away from the ears, like so. Just breathe very deeply. Yeah, breathe deeply. Yeah, and a nice big inhale. And then exhale, float the torso, forehead down, tuck the back toes under, and then inhale through high push-up, high plank, and exhale back into down dog. Really send the hips up and back, ground the roots of the fingers, kind of drape triceps towards the earth there, feel that. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then little bend the knees, and then send the left foot to the left hand, like so. Again, Anjaneyasana. Notice ass. Yeah, breathing. And then with an inhale, straighten the front leg, draw the forward towards the chin. Oh, yeah. And then exhale, bend the front leg knee. And then again, inhale, straighten. So we're stretching this left hamstring out. That's the Ida side, the feminine side. And one more time, inhale. Oh, exhale. And then ground now the right hand. And then inhale, float the left hand. Really firm up the back leg quad. Feel into that gaze. Can go up if you like. Breathe in. Yeah. And then nice big inhale, exhale, hand and arm down, inhale breath, and then exhale, we step the back foot to the top of the mat. So big little step there. Breathe deeply. Oh yeah. And then inhale, half lift here. So Ardha Uttanasana, nice big inhale and exhale, lengthen out as you fold down chin. Tucks last time, and then Pluto bend the knees, and then just flat back into standing. So just lift the elbows up, 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 up. Take the hands and arms over the head here. Put a little sway in the body. Let that happen. A little movement, however that might feel good to you. And then a nice big inhale and exhale the hands down, kind of in front of you, and make an oval shape like this, an oval shape. Kind of hollow out the armpits, and this is called Wuji, empty state. So close the eyes here. And just begin to get a sense of unified being, wholeness. And it really is a perception. It's just kind of creating that construct, that reality. Oh, yeah. And then gently open the eyes here and inhale, just sweep the hands and arms up. Exhale them behind you, interlace the fingers here. And inhale, lengthen front spine, grow tall. And exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward, a little bend the knees. So let the hands and arms, oh yeah, just sweep up and over the head here. That way, yeah. And a nice big inhale and exhale, gently release the grip of the hands. And then we'll send now the right leg back into that lunge. And then this time we'll float the torso and float the arms. So we're here like so. Back heel can lift, quad active in the back leg. And then you can keep the core active. So just a little drawing of the tummy to the spine. And that'll allow for the pelvis to kind of organize, and then lean back as you do that. So lift the belly button towards the spine and lean back. And then you are opening up now that right hip flexor. Make sure that back heel is lifted. And that's the Pingala side, the Yang side. So just asymmetry. Yeah. And then with an inhale, bend the elbows. And now breathe very deeply here. Let the heart just flourish. Yeah. And then inhale, reach hands and arms to the sky. And exhale, float all the way out of it. The hands plant. Step back into high plank. I push up here. Take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, 8 points down, knees, chest, chin. And no pull forward, cobra or upward facing dog. And just kind of draw the ears back, but the chin is tucking, you can see. And then from here, just look over the right side. Take a breath here. Oh, yay. And then look over the left side. Take a breath there. Oh, yeah. And then inhale to center. Then exhale, lift the hips back into down dog. Ooh. Oh, yay. Really good. Yeah, and then a little bend in the knee step now. The right foot to the right hand here. Anjaneyasana, feeling that. And then float the torso. Come on up. Just take a second. Get organized. Make sure the back leg quad is active. Heel lifting. Feel that, and just squeezing into the middle. Core begins to tone. Arms lift. So now we're feeling this left hip flexor, Ida side, the yin side, and then lean back into it as you draw the belly to the spine. Breathe deeply into the upper chest. Yeah, and then inhale, open the arms. Breathe. Oh yeah. Then inhale, reach the stars. Next, so the back foot steps to the top of the mat, forward fold here. And there's that symmetry, the equanimity. And then really draw the belly button to the spine here in this position as best you can. Try that as best you can. Nice. And then half lift here. We just had to rescue a moth. That's all. I was distracted. And then all the way to standing. Reaching. And then same here, belly to the spine. And then just lean back. Reach up and out. Stay with the breath. Kind of let the back bend move into the upper part of the back. So in the thoracic. And the big inhale up to neutral. And then exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, you're breathing. And then exhale, just float the hands. Down by the side, back into Wuji, back into empty state. Close the eyes here, just feel. Moving from the dual to the non-dual. Allowing for the being to experience the dual and then experience the non-dual. Yeah. So nice, friends. Okay, so now gently open the eyes. We'll do these Surya Namaskars. We'll do the sun salutations, one movement, one breath. We'll get through this together. So palm spin open, inhale, float up, arms. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, send the left leg back into lunge. Inhale, float upper body and arms, so reach. And then exhale, gently float all the way out of it. Hands plant, step back into high plank, high push-up. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, 8 points, bowing, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, pull forward, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, lift the hips back into down dog. Yeah. And then the left foot steps to the left hand. Inhale, float upper body and arms. And then exhale, back foot steps, folding forward. Uttanasana here. Then inhale, sweep all the way to standing. And then exhale, hands to prayer at the heart. Yeah, and then again, inhale, reach. Exhale, hinge, folding forward. And then that right foot steps back into the lunge. Inhale, float upper body and arms. And then exhale, release all the way down. Hands plant, step back, high plank, high push-up. Big inhale. Exhale, 8 points, Ashtanga Pranam. Inhale, pull forward, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, lift the hips back into down dog. Yeah. Right foot steps here. Then again, inhale, float upper body and arms, so reach. And exhale, back foot steps, folding forward. And then inhale, reach all the way up, up, up. And then exhale, hands to prayer. We'll continue here. One more round. Each side, inhale, so float hands and arms. Exhale, hinge, folding forward. So merging the dual with the non-dual. Left goes back, sorry. Inhale, float. So just think moving in duality to Non-duality. Exhale, hands plant. Inhale, breath. Exhale, 8 points. Inhale, pull forward, cobra up dog, yogi choice. Exhale, down. Little bend in knees, left foot steps. Inhale, float. And exhale, back foot steps, falling forward. Inhale, float. Exhale, heart. And again, continuing. Inhale, float, hands and arms reach. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward. Right leg goes back. Inhale, float. And exhale, gently release all the way down. Hands plant, step back, high plank, high push up. Inhale, breath. Exhale, 8 points. Inhale, pull forward, cobra up dog. And exhale, lift the hips. Down dog. Yeah. Nice little bend knees. Right foot steps. Right hand, inhale, reach. And then exhale, back foot steps, folding forward. Then inhale, sweep to standing, swan soars all the way up. Pause here. Reach real tall. And then pubic bone draws back, core tones. And then sweep the arms back. So just open way up. Yeah, and then just put a little micro bend in the elbows and feel the shoulder blades. Just hug the back of the heart. Keep the belly button to the spine here. Keep lifting the heart. Breathe very deep. Oh, yeah. And then inhale, reach to the stars. Exhale, float the hands down by your side. Stay with me here. Inhale the breath and hold it in. And then gently exhale. And then Wuji, empty state. So nice, friends. So gently open the eyes, Utkatasana, inhale, float hands and arms up. So that's chair pose. Just sit back. Let the pubic bone drop back. Keep the core active. You can always lower the arms to relieve any pressure in the shoulders. A little bounce in the legs here. A nice big inhale, exhale, sink a little lower. And then sweep the arms behind you. Give the shoulders, a little roll. Elbows lift them behind. Feel that? Then inhale, straighten legs, reach arms up. Oh yeah, exhale, bend knees. Inhale, breath. Exhale, elbows back. And then inhale, sweep up, straighten legs. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale, elbows back. Oh yeah. Last time, inhale, sweep up. And then step the feet together. Exhale into Utkatasana. Ooh. Then hands to prayer. And then twist to your right. So the left elbow on the outside of the near thigh, sinking armpit to knee. Just breathe here. Love into that a little bit. Stay with your breathing. Oh, yeah. And a nice big inhale. And exhale, gently release the twist here. And then inhale, float back up to neutral. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer. Twist to the left now. Breathing. Stay with the breath. And a nice big inhale. And exhale, gently release the twist here. Inhale, float back. Give it a little bounce again. And then inhale all the way to standing. Always feels good to get out of that. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, and we'll just step back into down dog. So just back into down dog. Breathe deeply. Just nourish the body with your breath here. And come into child's pose. So release to the knees. Hips to the heels. Child's pose. Just relaxing. So nice. And then it's just gently inhale, come on up to tabletop and meet in down dog. Yeah. Send the hips up and back. And then just a little stretchy thing. From here, release the heels to the right, the hips follow. And just sink there. Breathe in deeply. Yeah. And then inhale to neutral, heels up, and then exhale, heels to the left, and the hips follow. Yeah, breathe in. And then inhale, float up to neutral. And then warrior one, right side. So right foot steps to the right hand, left heel pivots down. Come to standing here. Back leg quad is active. Honor the width, like so. And then recognize it's left side, right brain, Ida. Right. Tenderly reach. Yeah, let the body get a good stretch here. And, let's just pulse into this front leg a little bit. And then as you go down, you're opening a little deeper. And then maybe stay in a deeper form of this. Keep the back leg quad pretty active though, right? Then a big inhale. And then exhale, the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers here. Just feel into that for a moment. Yeah, and we're not going to do our standard thing. We're just going to come into eagle arm. So the left arm sweeps underneath here, like so. Yeah, and just breathe. Just feel into that. Give the head a little bit of a twirl here, a little movement. That just feels good. Yeah. And then now, inhale, sweep arms open again. Exhale them behind you. Interlace fingers. Moving with the breath. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold forward on the inside of this right leg. Oh, yeah. Breathe in deep. Yeah, and then exhale the breath completely. And then inhale, float all the way up. Reach in, so all the way back into warrior one. And then we'll float out of it, go through a little vinyasa here. Hands plant. We'll meet in down dog. So step this right leg back. Wherever you want to go is up to you. We'll meet in down dog. Just find your way there. Oh, yeah. Breathe deep. Nourish the body again. A little bend in the knees in the left foot steps, left hand, right heel comes down. Come back into warrior one. Take a second. Organize your stance here. Then reach in. Oh, yeah. Hands and arms to the sky. Stay with the breath. Core stays active. Feeling that. And nice big inhale. Exhale. Now the hands behind you. Interlace. Breathe deeply. Oh, yeah. Just let the lungs really support opening the body. And a nice big inhale and exhale. Release hands in the right under the left. So eagle arms here again. Squeeze. Little movement in the head if you want. Oh, yeah. And then inhale, sweep hands and arms open. Exhale, them behind you, interlace. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, float torso on the inside. Hands and arms. Oh, yeah, over the body. Breathe deep here. Stay with the breath. And exhale completely. And then inhale, sweep all the way up and up. Reach, roll tall. And exhale, float all the way down. Hands plant. Step back. High plank, high push-up. Inhale, breath. We'll meet in down dog. So however you want to get there. Oh, downward facing dog. So nice. And then child's pose, but knees really wide now here. Big toes together, so but easily separated. Forehead to the earth. And then just gently here, come on up. And with me back into downward facing dog. Nicely done, you guys. Yeah. And then from here, side plank. And so draw the right hand into the center line of the body. Come onto the knife edge of the right foot. The modification for this is just release the right knee down, and that's fine. Kind of did that at the start of class. So now maybe this left foot stacks on top of the right. The hips are lifting, and then take this left arm to the sky, and then over the head. Breathe. And then you can do any modification. You want to float this left leg, bring it into, say, a tree position. You can kind of push the hips up doing that. You can grab the big toe mount if this is in your practice to do. Filling into that. And gently release back into down dog. So nice side plank, Vastisthasana. That is side plank. Just recognizing the asymmetrical nature of the dual world. And so left hand into the center line of the body. Roll onto the knife edge of that left foot. Hips are lifting. That right hand to the sacrum. Feel into that. Then draw the arm up. And then over the head. Breathe deeply here. Stay with the breath. Then maybe a different position. Maybe a tree position. Foot to the thigh. Maybe big toe mound. Stay with the breath though. Breathe in. Then gently release back into down dog. Oh yeah, good work. And then back into child's pose. Take a moment here. Nice, you guys. And then back into down dog. So just gently make your way. Yep. And then step now the right foot. Warrior two position, right foot, right hand, left heel pivots down. So come up to standing here. Quad active back leg. Front knee tracking in line with the ankle. Feeling into that. Cores active, arms float. Yeah. And then let's just kind of begin to make this a little more supple now. So add just a little bit of movement. And you can reach and soften. Just feel that. And let the palms turn up and then inhale, straighten the front leg and feel the arms over the head. It's a big inhale and exhale, bend front leg, knee, arms float back down. Palms turn up, inhale, straighten, reach. And exhale, bend. And then one more of these, inhale, straighten, reach. And then extended triangle. So I'll just leave my left hand up, your right hand, then left forearm. Your left arm too. Breathe in. Right forearm, right thigh. So extended side angle. Heart spins open here. Going into that. Yeah, and then this time some core work. So float this right arm off the right leg. Yeah, just breathe here and really engage the back of the quad, and that supports us somewhat. Stay with the breath. Nice. And then inhale, reverse this. So just straighten the front leg, a little relief for that front leg quad. Breathe deep. On that. Yeah. Then nice big inhale, exhale, hands and arms shoulder height though. thumbs to the sky here, triangle pose, big inhale, exhale, just pivot. When it starts moving, you just stop and tip, open up, gaze up, and breathe very deeply here. Oh yeah. And then Ardha Chandrasana, right? So a half moon, bend the front leg knee, step the back foot in, plant the front hand in front of the front foot, the floor or block, then inhale, straighten that front leg, lift the back leg. Yes, we're here. And so now we're open for this. If you want, you can bend that left knee and capture the foot or ankle, and then eventually just kick the foot into the hand to open up into that left hip flexor, the Ida side, again, the Devi side, goddess side. Yeah, and then careful bend in that front leg knee, release the back foot all the way down. Come back into warrior two. It can be a little tricky. And a nice big inhale, exhale, cartwheel the arms. Release the back heel, point it up, front foot back. Go through a little vinyasa thing, whatever you want to do. I just kind of come into upward facing dog, and then I pivot back into down dog. Oh yeah, nice. And I'm just kind of switch sides here. Somewhat face you guys. So left foot, left hand, warrior two again. So come on up. Feeling that. So we're here, quad active, front knee tracking, core active. Breathe deep, arms float. And then again, just a little pulsing. Make it somewhat supple and just kind of feel that fluid energy in the body. Let that kind of reveal itself. And then the palms turn up, and then inhale, straighten the front leg, reach. And then exhale, bend, float, shoulder height. And again, inhale, straighten, reach. Exhale, bend. And then one more time, inhale, straighten, reach. And exhale, bend, front leg, knee. So extend this angle, left forearm, left thigh, right arm over the head. Yeah. And just let the heart spin open. Really engage back the quad. Get a lot of stretch inside body here. Feel that first. And then float. Oh yeah, the left arm. And re-engage this backlit quad. So that firms up the form. Breathe in. Yeah. And we'll come out of it. Inhale up, straight in front of the leg, right hand, right leg, left arm over the head. Oh yeah. And a nice big inhale. And exhale, hands and arms, shoulder height there, thumbs to the sky. Try and compose a big inhale. Exhale, pivot forward. Tip when the body stops moving. So really long lines on the body is what is preferred here. Say up. Breathe in, shoulders away from the ears. Gaze up. Yeah. And big inhale, exhale, look down, bend front leg, knee, Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon, step the back foot in, plant the front hand in front of the front foot, and then just straighten that front leg and lift the back leg. Feel into that. And then possibly bend that right knee. Yeah, draw it in. Ooh, open up here, kick. Stay with the breath. And gently release the foot here. Carefully bend the front leg, knee. Release the back foot down. Warrior two is where we end up. Yeah, nice big inhale. Stay with me here. Exhale, hands to the waist. And then inhale, just straighten. Actually, now this front leg, pivot it in. So we're here. And we'll do Prasarita Padottanasana, this wide-legged angle, forward fold. And this is the symmetrical pose. Right, so we've done asymmetry, big inhale. And exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward. Yeah, let the hands release, the head can release, kind of pivot the weight into the balls of the feet a little bit. Breathe deep. But then at some point, let your body be kind of perfectly still. So unify. unified energies. Yeah, and then gently inhale, grab the hands, come up just halfway, then take the left hand and under the face here, and then inhale, twist. So take the right hand to the sky. Oh, yeah. Breathe deep. Yeah, and a nice big inhale. And exhale, gently release. Now that right hand down, we'll switch. So inhale, float the left. Oh, yeah, breathe deep here. A little twist, a little adjustment. Nice big inhale. And exhale the hand down. Inhale, you're breathing here. And then exhale, hands to the waist, little bend the knees. Inhale, flat back to standing. So come up. And then just pivot this front foot, probably the right foot, whatever it is, to the top of the mat. And then exhale the breath completely. And a big inhale. Hold the breath in. And then gently exhale your breathing. And the Wuji, empty state. Oh, nice, you guys. Let the feet kind of open, and we'll come to squatting malasana. Release the hips down. Maybe a block under the pelvis if that's okay. We're here in squatting position. Yeah, just lengthen up. Breathe deep. Oh, yeah. And then we'll go for a little twist. So let the right hand release towards the earth, the left hand to the sky. Open up. You can bind it if you want, a little bend the elbows, like so, interlacing. Stay with the breath. And gently to neutral here. And then open up. Feel that. Ah. And then a little bend. Yeah. Ooh. And then to neutral. Ah. And then gently release the hands down, the hips down, and all the way down, down, down. Just relax into the hips here. And then we'll come into Paschimottanasana. So bring hands to the shins here, and then let the action be up. You can see I'm not kind of collapsing the front. I'm actually going to engage my back muscles and keep them firmed up. So those, muscles to hold the meditation position, if you will, firm. Kind of isometrically drawing the hands so the head of the femur bone is grounding in the legs. And I keep trying to draw up, so keep a long front spine, as they say. Yeah. Then you can inch a little deeper into it. Then maybe the hands, grab the feet. And keep reaching my heart forward. The chin is tucking. The tendency for the chin is to lift, and that shortens the spine. So tuck the chin. It's just a millimeter or two. It doesn't have to be a lot. The body just keeps releasing forward, and at some point it won't. I get that too. Wherever that is for you is fine. And a nice big inhale. And exhale, just drape down. Now we can release and round. Let the head release. The hands can go forward. Breathe into the belly. Oh, yeah. And then kind of take the trying, the trying part out of it, and pivot that towards unifying. So we're going into symmetry, non-dual, Let your awareness pivot into full-on witness perception. Oh, okay. Gently inhale. Nice. Walk the hands up the legs here. And then we'll spin around, or I'll spin around. You're already there, I think, on our backs. And then just gently, use the core to come onto your back here. Yeah. Send the arms long over your head. Just a little stretch. Point and flex the feet. So a little more love for the hip flexors, the pelvis, low back. Yeah, and then hug the knees here. Hug them in. Mm-hmm. We'll rock side to side. Then we'll set the feet down and come into a figure four. So draw the left foot above the right knee, interlace the hands behind the right knee here, and just track the right knee towards you, and that'll stretch that left hip, make it a little more dynamic. Yeah, and then straighten when you're ready. Straighten that right leg, extend through the heel and the big toe mound. And then gently we'll come out of it, releasing the right foot down and switch it out. So just draw that right foot above the left knee, interlace behind the left knee at figure four. Breathing. And then straighten that left leg when that feels proper. Breathing. Oh, yeah. And then just gently release once again, all the way out of it. Ooh. Yeah, and then from here, so extend the left leg, ground it, hug the right knee into the chest. And then with an inhale, straighten that right leg to the sky and draw the hands up that right leg. You decide how high that happens. Yeah, and then a nice big inhale, and exhale, bow to the knee. So draw the torso up, feel that. Mm-hmm. And then exhale, gently release the torso down. Hold on to that right leg with the right hand and open the right leg to the right, pressing the left hand on the left hip bone, and just open up again that right leg to the right. This is called Supta Pada Pangashtustasana, so reclined hand to foot pose. And then gently draw that right leg up and we'll cross it across the body. So take the left hand to the outside of the right leg and draw that right leg over to the left. You kind of decide how far you go. It's a big twist. My body needed that, I think. And then gently draw that right leg back up and we'll bow to the knee again. So draw the hands to the leg, torso up, and then gently release the torso down. Extend the leg up as you send it down to the earth. So just get some length out of the leg as you send it back down. Oh, yeah. And then draw now the left knee into the chest. Feel that? And then inhale, straighten the left leg. So we're switching. So the left leg straightens, hands up the leg. And then bow to the knee once again. So bowing to that left knee now. Then release the torso down and then right hand, right hip bone, left hand, left leg open to the left here. Just opening up that way. Great sequence here, yeah. And then gently float the leg up, and then we switch the grip of the hands and then track that left leg across the body to the right. You decide how far that goes. You decide what that looks like. It can be, fairly significant. Yeah. And then gently back up here. And then we'll bow to the knee again. So draw the torso up. And then gently release the torso down. And then extend that left leg up and out and down. So really reach through the leg as you set it down. Oh, nice and long now. Yeah, give the hips a little shimmy. And then Viparitakrani Mudra here. So bend the knees. Maybe the hips are on a block. I'm going to just grab my hands and lift the hips. Send my hips up, come up onto the shoulder girdle. Hands to the low back. Hips into the hands. Breathe deep here. Stay with the breath. Just let the medicine flow here. And then a little bend in the knees here. The hands can ground or release the hips from the block to come out of it. Just preparing for Shavasana here. We'll do our breath retentions though. And so exhale out all the breath and then take a nice big inhale and hold the breath in. And then gently release your breathing. Exhale. And we'll do one more. As we hold the breath in, we'll pooch out the belly. So exhale the breath. And take a nice big inhale. Hold the breath. Pooch out the belly. And then gently exhale your breathing. And so you can just float, right into Shavasana from here. Make any little adjustments that may be helpful for you to be more comfortable in Shavasana. So one might say that Shavasana, corpse pose, is a reflection, a symbol, and actualized at times an experience of the non-dual reality. The catch point to this is the perception of your subtle energy body, of the pranic body, and allowing that catch point to then be perceived in a very wide way. One method is to begin to perceive just the space that's surrounding the body, and then once one is attuned into that, let that sense become wide, comprehensive, all inclusive, one might say. enrich that which is the witness, perceiver. And breathe a little deeper here, lengthening the breath and adding a little bit of movement when that feels right. A little stretch of the arms and a little hug of the knees into the chest. Come to either side. And then gently come up to a seated position. So take a moment to establish your seated meditation position. So this is the time in our practice where our asana sadhana is completed. And then we move into a little pranayama, a little meditation. So I anticipate about another 20 minutes or so of practice, just so we're clear. Get settled in here. We'll first start by warming up the breath again with the deep yogic breathing here. As a reminder, the practice is done whereby we initiate the inhale by extending the belly and then breathing into the upper chest. Pausing, though, we'll do a little kumbhaka, a little breath retention there. And then releasing the breath. A little pause at the bottom as well, a little kumbhaka. And after your next exhalation, just complete this practice and then we'll move on. A likely candidate, of pranayama for this practice today is Nadi Shodhan, which is alternate nostril breathing and nerve cleansing practice. It's done by bending the index finger and the middle finger into the palm of the hand, extending the thumb and the ring finger. The hand is brought to the face, the elbow lifts. We'll exhale the breath completely. Close the right nostril with the thumb, and then inhale yogic breath through the left nostril. Get to the top of that breath. Lift the thumb, take the ring finger, and close the left nostril and exhale through the right. And then again, inhale now through the right nostril. Lift the ring finger, take the thumb, close the right nostril, and exhale through the left. That constitutes one round of Nadi Shodhan, and just continue as time permits, and I'll bring us together on the practice. There's some inner visualizations that you can do when you do this. You can bring your inner drishti, the gaze, to the third eye region and just sustain it there. That's one technique. What's happening internally is we're working with Ida and Pingala Nadi. Ida, female channel, left nostril. Pingala, right channel, male, right nostril. And what's happening is you inhale, pranic energy is actually coming in both of those energy channels and actually going straight down. That's the path. It's going straight down into the base of the spine. And then when you exhale, that energy is released back up. So that's another visualization that you can process in this practice. So a couple different possibilities. Just stay committed to the practice here. And very gently here. There's no hurries. Complete the round that you're on by exhaling out the left nostril. And this last pranayama is very, very subtle. We'll be breathing into the belly while flaring the nostrils. So that's the practice, to flare the nostrils, both of them, the right and left nostril. And breathe into the belly. And then with your next exhalation, we'll release that practice. A couple of more techniques, though, to do. So for the next practice, just take kind of an organic yogic breath. Inhale. And then the exhale, slowly release the chin towards the chest, towards the throat. Let the gaze go into the third eye, and then inhale and lift the head up. And let the breath lift the pranic energy into the third eye. And the chin can lift a little past parallel to the earth. And then exhale, let the head float back down again as you exhale, chin towards chest. And just continue the practice. And then one more repetition of this technique. Back to neutral. One last little technique, very subtle here as well. Bring your awareness to both of your eardrums equally. And then as you inhale, imagine that you're drawing the breath through your ears and eardrums into your brain. Sometimes you can even sense almost like an implosion in the eardrum as the pranic energy begins to come into the body. And then just gently release this technique. Now allow your perception to universalize itself surrounding the body and the head. There's no one point in particular of dharana, of concentration. You are the center and you are the circumference. Just creating a sense of feeling, a sense of perception. The unified whole, the non dual totality. If one finds the mind at all active here, let Om be the backdrop of any thought provocation. So if the thinking mind is pursuing thought pattern, allow for the mantra of Om to be laced in the background of the thought. And just notice the sense of witnessing that's emerging or emerged here. Let your intention reappear. Let's just chant an Om here together to complete our practice. So gently exhale the breath and then take an inhale here. And then just bringing hands to prayer and just sharing my gratitude for our practice together this morning, the discovery of an exploration of the non-dual nature in us, and gratitude to what brings you to your practice, the momentum of self-care, healing, and evolution, and to the practices of yoga. I'm very grateful. Namaste. Wow. So just feeling all the presence here, all the stillness. And again, thank you everyone for coming. Yeah, put a little note in there. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for staying with us these longer practices, you guys. Thanks, Tammy. The Venmo thing is pretty helpful these days as that comes around. And then again, retreat 2 weeks. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Lori. Here at Shivalaya, and then the teacher training is connected with Maha Soul. And we're still kind of working out how it will look maybe to complete it, but we're going to start likely is the best way to put it in September with a couple of 4-day retreats. And then I'm going to also open those retreats up to us. And so I shall be, it'll be kind of a group experience. And so for those of you that haven't taken a teacher training and want to explore maybe what that might look like, or if you have and want to dive deep and just stay at Shiva Live for 4 days. I don't know if you guys seen my online pictures, but the Octagon platform is epic. And so it's been a massive amount of work here. It's looking great. I'll probably try and finish the decking on that next week. And yeah, so that's I think that's about all. Again, I'm so grateful for you guys staying with me here through everything. And so yeah, we'll see you next time, next Saturday. I'm on Tuesday noon for just sadhana practice, as you know. All right. Om Namaste and love, peace. Love, peace, everybody. Om Namah Shivaya.